wasn't on. And YouTube wasn't on. But anyway, I know people always ask, can you represent us? We're in this state or that state. Represent clients in all states. So it doesn't really matter where you live. If you're trying to immigrate to the US and your stuff is related to family or humanitarian base or some removal bases, we'll be happy to help you. Erica says, I booked an appointment already with you in February. Yay, I look forward to our consult. Thank you so much, Ruth 7800. Ruth says, I love your work. Thank you. I really appreciate it. So I wanted to, first of all, just give you guys an update before I get sidetracked. Early in the week, or I think last week, I had mentioned that USCIS did confirm that they were increasing the filing fees. So the filing fees are going up on April 1st. So all applications submitted before April 1st are the current price, but after April 1st, you're going to be paying the new price. It's not as bad as I thought it would be. Thank you so much, Erica. I really appreciate that. Capture That Fire says, I have an appointment today. Yay, I look forward to talking to you. So it's actually not as bad as we thought. I would say that the highest jump in terms of filing fees is going to be for those that are filing for removal of conditions on their green card. So you're moving from a 2-year to a 10-year, because with that one you're basically going from about $680 to let me see if I can find it. I haven't memorized all of this yet because it just came out. So it's going from $680 to why can't I find it's actually not that much. It's going from $680 to $750. So it's not that bad actually, because initially the jump was supposed to be to $1,195, but it's only a $70 increase. And then with the I-485, it's about a $200 increase. For that one, for if you're a minor or if you're doing it with your by yourself. So it's not great, but it's not as bad as we initially thought it would be. And you can find this chart. Obviously I haven't looked and memorized this chart because we've not started using the chart, but you can see it yourself once you type in USCIS filing fees. Under the frequently asked question on USCIS filing fees, you can see basically, what the fees are so that kind of where you fall. But anything submitted before April 1st will be the old fees, and anything submitted after April 1st will be the new fees. Filing fees for citizenship, not really significantly. I think the difference for citizenship is like $30. And then with citizenship, the way that they're doing it with the N400 is that basically now they separated the fees based on if you're going to file online or if you're going to file via paper. So if you're going to file online, they've basically reduced the fee. So instead of $725, it's now going to be $710. And then if you're going to file by paper, instead of $725, it's going to be $760. So it's really, so that's a $35 difference. So again, these are not significant enough for us to, at least for me to pull my hair out, whatever it is, just because it's not significant enough. I don't have a lot of time today because, I usually don't come live on Wednesdays because I'm really busy, but let me try and just jump right into some of the questions. Good morning. My friend VAWA has been blank since February 2021. She received her prima facie and work authorization. She has no previous marriage and everything seemed good. She's just worried about the weight. Neil H, so one of the things that she can do is that she can check for a status update. And she can do that via, I don't know if your friend has a lawyer. If she doesn't have a lawyer, she can hire one, or she can do a snail mail to USCIS, once she sends a letter to USCIS, then they, let them know what's going on with my case. Can I get a status update? And then they can update her on what's going on. I just want to answer this question. What happens when your GC goes to the wrong location and you don't receive? What happens next? Okay, so for you, I'm going to send you a message. We actually have an update on that for you. So I don't want to talk about your personal business on online. Um, so let's see. Authentically Ada, thank you. She said necklace and color are fire. Thank you so much. I'm asking, how can I travel from Nigeria to America? I mean, you can travel by plane. If you have a visa, if you're not a US citizen, you need to get a visa, to come to the US, whether you're coming as a tourist or you're coming on business. You can get a visa and come to the US that way, unless, you have someone to file for you, or you're a student and you get into an SEVIS school and you get an F1. Those are options that you can have. Can a green card holder file for husband that's here on a visitor's visa? You could in the past year. As of today, no, you cannot, because right now visas are no longer available for LPRs as family preference category. So this was available from basically like end of 2019 till September of last year. And they changed the date. So now you're looking at more like a 4 or 5 year, depending on what country, even longer. So you can't. But if you know that you're eligible for citizenship, I would recommend becoming a citizen and then filing for your husband as a citizen, because then, it's an immediate application. Let's see. What are the different ways you can get a Social Security without marriage? So if you qualify for TPS, if you qualify for DACA, if you are a VAWA victim based on abuse from either a parent or abuse from a child, those are some ways that you can get a work permit. If you're a student, on an F1, M1, and you're working, you have OPT, you can get a Social Security that way as well. If you qualify for a T visa and get approved, you have a bona fide case with the U visa. So there are very many different ways. You just have to be eligible for something. Boss Lady says, if I have a 2-year green card, do I have to have the conditions removed and approved for a 10-year green card before I can apply for citizenship? So you do have to. So you can do things simultaneously. However, they must approve the removal of conditions before they can approve the citizenship. But you can apply for removal of conditions, and while your removal of condition is happening, and you become eligible for citizenship, then you can apply for citizenship. And then they will make the decision simultaneously. Okay. Russian Liverpool says, good morning. Thanks for all you're doing. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's nice to get some acknowledgement or recognition when you're doing something good. It's a year now since I filed for VAWA, and I did my biometrics in August. What should be next? Typically, if it's a year, you should have at least gotten your prima facie determination letter. If eligible, you should have gotten your work permit and your travel permit if you did an adjustment of status and you applied for one. So hopefully you've gotten that. But otherwise, most VAWA cases, take anywhere from 2 years to 2.5 years. So you're really in a dormant period other than the things that I mentioned. I submitted my I-765 in June, but still didn't get a response yet. What do you mean you didn't get a response? Did you not get a receipt, or did you not get your work permit? Which one are you referring to? If it's that you haven't gotten it approved, remember that most work permits now take 4 to 9 months. So you're still in a normal waiting window. I filed for an I-130 for my kids in Jamaica for 535 days now, and it still hasn't been approved. Contagious. That's what you're trying to say. The answer to that is going to depend on what your status is. Are you a green card holder or a U.S. citizen? If you're a green card holder, it is going to take a long time because they will approve that closer to visas being available. If you're a U.S. citizen, I consider that a long time, and then we definitely want to see what's going on with that case. Okay, I can only take probably about like 3 more questions. Okay, Echo Daniela says, you look good, ma'am. Thank you. If USCIS calls for a second biometrics, when renewing your work authorization, does it mean they want to approve the case, or they now do that for renewal or work authorization? It doesn't mean any of those things. It just means that the biometrics that you have has expired. So it would depend on when you got the initial biometrics. And they need the most up-to-date biometrics. And guys, biometrics is just to make sure that they've not missed any of your like if there's any kind of like criminal record or something in your record that they didn't capture like in the last window between that. So that's just all it means. Good morning. If you were denied your green card and now divorced for 3 years, can the person remarry and start over? Kavina, it will all depend on, well, nobody stops you from remarrying, but if you're remarrying and you intend to file again, it will all depend on the reason why you were denied. You know, were you denied because they said that your marriage was fraudulent? They believed your marriage should be fraudulent? Or is it because you didn't submit enough evidence? Is it because you didn't have, there was not enough for the financial affidavit of support? So there's so many variables to understanding why were you denied in terms of determining what your options are. Basically, for all of them except marriage fraud, then no problem. You marry and then just do it again. If it's a marriage fraud case and you remarry, it's fine, but you must prove that that previous marriage was not a fraudulent marriage. Okay, one more question and I gotta bounce. In the new rules, are VAWA applicants still paying for the I-485? Yes, they are. Okay, guys, I have to jump off. I'll be on next week, Monday, at 10-ish, either 10 or 9:30, whichever one that I have available. But, you know, you can either like, I think you can like put a notification on my profile. So when I go live, you can be notified. You know, if you have any questions particular to yourself, you can schedule a consultation with me, 407-995-6567. You can also send a WhatsApp to 404-333-8751. Number again is 407-995-6567. All right, guys, I hope you have an amazing rest of your week, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.